Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, and they call me the Miracle Man. Now, let's create that miracle, that transformation in your life right here, right now. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Like and subscribe to this. I do these daily videos to talk about getting rid of all that stress, the anxiety, the worries, all this head trash. We need to throw all that stuff out. So, I just want to remind you that you are perfect spirit, and the real you is a healer. We're constantly looking outside ourselves for someone to heal us, to take away our pain, our suffering. And we have to realize that we have all this power within us, that the real us, that perfect spirit, soul, consciousness, energy, source, universe, God, whatever you wish to call it, you are that. You're not the mental stories. You're not this flesh. You inhabit this flesh, but you're not that, because you are the energy that animates the body, because this body's going to drop away someday, but your energy will continue onward, perhaps into different forms. But I just want to talk about today that you are a healer. The world has convinced you, your mind has convinced you that you're weak, that you don't have the skills, you don't have the abilities, all these stories. And they want you to believe that the answer is outside of you, that they have the prescription for you, but they don't. To realize that you live in this body. You know what's best for this body, but not thinking that you know best, but there's a knower within you. It's about tapping into the knower to find your recipe, to find your blueprint. And it's not one size fits all. Unfortunately, we're looking for answers out there. It's typically one size fits all. Their prescription, their formula, which may work for them, but it won't work quite the same for you. While we're true, we are one perfect spirit, but we all inhabit different bodies. These bodies have different experiences, a slightly different chemical composition based on our thoughts, like lots of variables, millions of variables that really make us different from one another. And even identical twins, there's millions of differences. The outward appearance is the same, but inside, the thoughts are different. The amount of sleep they're getting, the food they're getting, it's all different. And the way they perceive the world is different. So we're all unique expressions, even if the outside looks the same, and when we're all made of the same stuff, but we have these different costumes that we wear that dictate our life experience, if you will. But we just have to really slow it down and figure out where you're giving your power away. Oh, that's my information. That's my truth. That's my truth. Looking out there for truth. Oh, I believe what they're telling me. I believe it. I trust it. No, it's not your information. It's not coming. Not coming from the absolute you. It's coming from the projected version of them. So we are one perfect spirit, but we're not all sharing that wisdom from spirit. We're sharing the rejection from our opinions, beliefs, stories. But we just have to realize that we are healers. We have natural abilities to heal ourselves. The body knows how to self-correct. And there's a knowing within you to tell you to go do this, go do that, with no story, no explanation. Like I healed bipolar, MS, psoriasis, arthritis, migraines. It wasn't from finding the answer out there. It was finding the answer within me and remembering who I was, that I was all that is. Perfect spirit, soul, consciousness. And you can Google all sorts of conditions. And for most conditions, you can find somebody that healed themselves. Obviously, there's some things we cannot heal ourselves from. Like if we're born without a limb, we can't exactly grow a new limb very easily. I won't say it never can be done, but who knows the capabilities of the body. I'm not aware of anybody that's regrown a limb, or maybe a limb is shorter than the other, or was born with a disability. But in theory, we should be able to reproduce them. But that really requires getting out of all the head trash, getting into this place of the cellular memory, the 0 point, and recreating from there. So in theory, it can be done, but I don't know if we have the belief system to allow it, the persistence to stick with it. That's what we can have anything in the universe, but we can have to be persistent and consistent of doing the work. It's like you can't go to the gym one day and be in top physical condition. And same likewise, you can't do my relaxation process one day and expect to be a new you tomorrow. It's possible. I know when I realized I have thoughts, but I wasn't my thought, that first initial awakening, the self-realization, life changed a lot. And when I heard perfect spirit, things changed a lot. But we just have to slow it down and realize you are the healer. You have all the strength and capabilities within you. But do you have the patience and the persistence and the trust and belief in yourself to make this happen? So Google things like you can find people that cured themselves of cancer, people that cured themselves of MS, bipolar, depression, psoriasis, arthritis, heart disease, diabetes. Autoimmune diseases, especially, are pretty much driven by head trash. There's usually an element of self criticism with autoimmune diseases. If you get rid of that judgment, the criticism, then autoimmune diseases will naturally fade away because you're not giving them that inner environment. We're not, that inner environment creates so many issues for us. So many issues in our inner environment that really creating so many things like stress is the silent killer. But how much advertising do you see that says, hey, go meditate? The government's offering free meditation classes because we know it reduces disease. You don't see any of that because there's no money to be made. And unfortunately, if you follow the money, you will see the ulterior motives of why they're pushing certain agendas. But if the world would just do the simple relaxation process, there goes the mind thinking, where are my feet? Where are my hands? What am I touching? What am I seeing? Getting yourself back to the present moment, the here and now, into your strength. All this stuff that originates from here will drop away. That's all the stress, the anxiety, the worry, the fears. Imagine what would your life be if you had no fear, no stress, no anxiety, no worry? How would your life change? It would change dramatically because those things are really driving the reality of our life, that we are the creators of our reality. And if the mind's a mess, life is a mess. So it's really about, once again, slowing it down and realize you don't need to chase all this busyness. You don't have to sit in meditation for hours, holding your posture up straight, breathing, focusing on your hand postures. These are just rules. You don't need those rules. It's really just a really skill of relaxation. There goes the mind thinking. No judgment, no criticism. Just come back to this moment. That thought's really grabbing me. Let me get myself back into this moment. I can't quite pull myself back here. Let me hop in a cold shower. Let me run out in the rain. Let me do something to get the mind to release, to focus on something else. Because the mind can't multitask. It's either caught in this loop or it's here. So you sometimes just can't snap out of it because the loop is very, very strong. I know when I was suicidal, all I could think about was life wasn't worth living, but I couldn't see the good things in life. It was so consumed by the darkness. So you can say the mind gets possessed in a way that it's hard to break those cycles. But it's really just slowing it down, really slowing it down. Relax. Notice this moment. the here and now, and come into your power to realize when you're in your power, you are the healer that you are seeking. All right. Take good care of yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.